your vaccine is a critical tool to help stop transmission?
Pfizer's view is that the vaccine is a critical tool in protecting the health of individuals who are vaccinated and enabling society to operate normally as it is at the moment.
Well, okay, I'm taking from that you don't think that it's a critical tool to help stop transmission. You haven't repeated Mr. Berler's statement today under oath, so it doesn't sound like you're that confident in it.
And Matt Canavan joins me now. Senator, welcome to the program. What's the significance of that statement?
Well, Shari, in 2021 and early 2021, and as late as June 2021, Pfizer officially was saying that their vaccine could help stop transmission. Their own CEO made a statement on Twitter in June of 2021 saying that widespread vaccination, was a critical tool to help stop transmission. Now, of course, governments clearly used those statements from Pfizer to mandate Pfizer's product, to mandate Pfizer's vaccine. And many people got it because they were made to do it to keep their jobs or move around the country. Lots of different activities required the vaccine. Of course, Pfizer sat back and made a lot of money out of these mandates. They made a lot of profits. But if you go to their Twitter timeline, they say nothing about transmission post June of 2021. Today in the Senate, they won't even stand behind their own boss's statements of mid-2021, and neither of them could point, no one from Pfizer can point to a statement they've made officially which clarified that evidence and maybe said, hey guys, we probably went a bit far there and maybe you shouldn't be forcing people to get the vaccine to keep their job, because there are still people today having to get the vaccine to keep their job. And Pfizer's just sitting back and saying nothing. It's reprehensible.
Well, there's also a lot of people who can't even continue their jobs, and they're nurses or school teachers because they're unvaccinated. But I just want to pull up the point there that you said about mandates, vaccine mandates. So you asked the Pfizer chief about whether anyone was forced to get vaccinated, and they've denied this. Have a look.
May I say something? I actually reject your statement that people were forced to take the vaccine.
What do you think about that statement? They've rejected that people were forced to be vaccinated. Is that accurate?
I mean, it's just so tricky, isn't it? I mean, they'll sit back. I'm sure if they were here, Shari, and had to defend themselves, they might say, well, no one was forced to get the vaccine. You didn't have to work, did you? You could have just left your job and fended for yourself, served your kids' staff. You weren't forced to get it. You had a choice to work or not. Of course people were forced to get the vaccine. They were given a Hobson's choice here between supporting their own families and staying in work or taking Pfizer's commercial product that they made billions of dollars from. And for them now to try and say that they have no responsibility for that is the height of hypocrisy. I've been very underwhelmed by the evidence of Pfizer here today. They should be held to account. We need to have a royal commission, Jerry. We have to have a proper inquiry and royal commission into what went on during COVID. The vaccine mandates are just one part of that. One part of that we still live with is, as you said, some people still have to suffer under these mandates in our country right now, even while the purveyors of this very product won't stand behind their own statements from just a few years ago.
The other thing is there's a lot of people who went to get vaccinated, they weren't against the vaccine at all, but then had really severe side effects from the vaccine. But when they try and talk about that or complain about it, even on social media, they're still being censored. So censorship does not seem to be, censorship is continuing in this area.
Well, and that's one thing we haven't got to yet in the committee. If I get time and I return, I want to take up with Pfizer what communication they had with governments to help censor some of these statements. We know from Senate estimates that our own government was telling Facebook and others to other social media companies to take down posts from people that were critical of COVID measures, including vaccine mandates. And once again here, there's a conflict here, massive conflict in the whole pharmaceutical regulatory system, where the statements of a provider, a business who benefit from the regulations are taken as gospel. Their studies are taken as basically the only inputs into regulatory approval processes. Their statements about stopping transmission are used to put in draconian measures and regulations. This is not right. There needs to be a better arm's length between the regulators of the pharmaceutical industry and those that profit from those products in that industry itself.
All right.